we came here, they attacked us. We could only defeat them with our combined power, and I'm afraid there are even more waiting for us behind the portal. There must be a way to banish their driving force, so that they remain nothing more than statues.
Can you sell me some equipment?
Why not? If I remember correctly, we've already done business. Tell me what you need.
Busy?
These vaults are one big mystery for me. It's hard to imagine that no one else found them before now. We were able to uncover the entrance without difficulty. People are so occupied with their daily routine that no one looked more closely at this structure. I have no other explanation for it.
What is your task here?
I'm trying to find out where this round portal leads. Besides that, I help Nefarious look for the missing ornament. It is certain that this portal leads to another part of the island that we do not yet know. I can't remember ever having heard or read about that.
You really want to go through the portal?
Of course. Assuming we find that missing ornament, that is. I admit, it is a somewhat risky business. But we must absolutely find out what it has to do with these constant earthquakes.
What do you know about the earthquakes?
Something on the other side is causing them. The source is probably also causing the stone sentinels to awaken. But that isn't my job. Satyrus and Kronos can tell you more about that.
What do you think you will find over there?
I'm really not sure. I suspect that on the other side there will be a structure similar to this one, and a counterpart to this portal. Everything else we shall see when we get there.
What is the fastest way back to the city?
I recommend you go back the same way you came. But you could also... No, that would be too dangerous.
Out with it.
Well, the builders of these halls had their own method of traveling. As far as we can tell, they could teleport.
That's nothing special.
The teleporter stones that we found here in Corinus are special indeed. It seems as though the teleporter stone here in these halls may lead to the harbor city. However, none of us had the courage to try it.
Where's this teleporter stone?
There is a door in the basin room. I have locked it up behind there.
Give me the key. I want to take a look at this thing.
Really? But I take no responsibility for it.
Give it here.
If you say so, here it is.
Where are the other teleporter stones?
So far, we've only found one other somewhere in the middle of Corinus, near the Dead Harpy Tavern.
Can you teach me anything about magic?
Once we're over there, I'll be at your disposal.
Hey! Everything all right?
It's very brave of you to just walk in here.
What are you doing here?
I'm studying the language of the builders. The language is the key to understanding the ancient people. Each one of us must learn it, or this expedition will be over before it even begins. The builders use stone tablets to pass on their knowledge. Unfortunately, many of them are broken or were stolen long ago.
What's on these stone tablets, then?
They contain the collected knowledge of the ancient people. Some of them increase knowledge of combat and magic by magical means. For someone who can read the tablets, they are a real treasure.
Can you teach me to read the language?
Well, why not? I'll gladly pass on my knowledge to you.
Hey! How's it going?
What are you doing here? This is certainly a surprise. I thought you had been killed.
Almost.
There was quite a fuss about you, you know that? I hardly recognized Satyrus. He was so beside himself about that business back then.
What sort of portal is that?
We suspect that it leads to the Lost Valley, where the ancient culture must have had their city. But the stone behind the portal is made of massive rock, yards thick. Also, there are no signs of teleportation magic. Very mysterious.
Do you know how to activate it?
One of the missing ornaments seems to be a sort of magical key. We'll need it to get any further. It has to fit exactly into the ring-shaped hollow next to the portal.
I brought a part of the ornament.
Really? That's terrific.
Do you have any idea where the other parts are?
According to the ancient inscriptions, it was broken into 4 pieces, and it looks as though the parts are still to be found on the island. With Merdarian's help, I have translated some of the inscriptions. There are hints as to where the remaining pieces are. Here, I've marked some of the places on this map. Look around there. You should pay attention to old structures. They might be somewhat deteriorated and no longer clearly recognizable. It could be almost anything: a large rock, a stone circle, a mausoleum, or something similar. But what am I saying? You'll find it. Well, good luck.
Why was the ornament broken?
Whoever did it wanted to prevent the portal from ever being opened again. The longer I stare at the inscriptions, the more I realize that the priests of the ancient culture really were no fools. There was a good reason that they made the region back there inaccessible. We don't know what awaits us there, but it certainly isn't anything good.
Nothing to be had there. I know nothing about picking locks. Hey, you! Lares said that you could help me get into the monastery of the fire magicians.
Is that your choice? The way of the fire?
Yes, I want to become a fire magician.
As far as I know, they gladly accept novices in their monastery. So why would you need my help?
Lares mentioned that they demand a tribute before they let anyone into the monastery.
I cannot grant you entry into the monastery myself. I am a water mage, as you know, but I am very well acquainted with Darren, the fire magician. He spends most of his time in the marketplace, collecting alms for his church. But I have heard that he is not only in town to raise some funds. He told me about a statuette that was stolen from him. It was very important to him. He will surely allow you to enter the monastery if you can get it back for him. Of course, if you should decide to join the Circle of Fire, you can still become a member of the Ring. If you prove yourself worthy, that is.
His decision, wasn't it?
Don't say you didn't know that.
I'm not telling you anything new.
That's an open secret.
The things I could tell you.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
I agree with you completely.
But that's terrible.
I've got no time for things like that.
I've heard a thing or two. It was just like you said.
Nobody ever asks me. Do you really think? Nobody ever
I
asks.
might get so worked up. I'm not touching that.
Nothing amazes me anymore. That's nothing.
Have you ever used a teleporter stone?
No, but I've heard of them.
Don't tell me.
The water mages aren't too sure about those things yet.
Anything's possible.
I've given it a try.
Of course you have. You're not afraid of anything, are you? Well, if you want to use the things, go ask Orlin, the tavern owner, whether he'll let you into his boarded-up cave. I think he has hidden one of the teleporter stones for the water mages near his tavern. Walk out of the eastern city gate and simply follow the path. You can't miss it.
You have to feel sorry for the poor guy. Get that from me. That's all just gossip. You have to feel sorry. That's nothing new.
Hey,
Obvious.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
train me as a sword fighter.
Nothing's ever gonna change that.
I might get so worked up.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
You're no longer a beginner.
It's better to watch out when you tell that.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
I'd have done it differently.
Did you sell the wares then?
No, not yet. These things take their time. I want to get a good price after all.
I could have told you that before.
Where did you pick that up then?
You don't have to ask me that. That's exactly what I said. Do you really think?
I might get so worked up.
It's totally obvious. It can't be obvious, right?
And it's gonna get a little worse.
He should have known better.
He simply talks too much.
It's a bad business. I never knew that.
I wouldn't have.
Hey!
That's an open secret. That's an open secret. Really, how interesting.
I heard rumors about a statuette you have supposedly lost?
Have you
I
now?
don't believe that.
You can only have heard that from Vatras, the
These are
water
bad
mage.
times.
What's the problem?
A very valuable
interesting.
statuette has been sent to the monastery from the
Can't keep anything to
mainland,
himself.
but it never arrived at the monastery.
That's terrible.
Has the ship been raided?
No, it got
That's
to
what I
Corinus, safe and sound, and I went to
He
collect
can't
it
keep
there.
anything to himself.
Then, when I was on my way to the
That's
monastery, a band of goblins got hold of it.
And he
Now,
works all
don't
day.
you look at me that way. We magicians are only human too, you know.
If I hadn't seen
Didn't you
it
try to
all
get that
night,
statuette back?
Of course
Didn't
I
say.
did it. I searched for it high and low, but to
says
no
things like that?
avail.
I can't take care of everything.
Where was it that you lost that statuette?
That's an
I
open
was on
secret.
my way to the monastery near
That's not what my
Orland's
husband
Tavern.
I don't believe that.
You said that the goblins have it
Had
now?
better shut
They
up.
stole it and made off into the underbrush with
keep
it.
anything to
I
himself.
never saw them again.
And it's gonna get even
They're
worse.
probably holding up in some pit in the ground.
Everybody knows by now.
I've heard enough. I'll find the thing for you.
May Enos guide you
Tell this to him.
and protect you from the dangers that await you
Someone's gonna-
outside the city gates.
Someone's got to do the work. And he works all day too. And he works all day too.